This next story I actually stumbled on before it was a story. Not me, but actually someone I was communicating with. So X, formerly known as Twitter, is blocking links to Signal contact pages. So if you've ever used Signal, you actually have a link in your profile that you can send to someone. It's a signal.me link, and anyone with the link kind of just allows you to message them directly. It's kind of like Telegram links. T.me, I think, is what Telegram uses. These were blocked. And actually, the reason I discovered this is because a researcher on Twitter reached out to me so we could chat about some software they're working on behind the scenes, which is pretty exciting, actually. And they tried sending me a link and they said, wow, X is blocking Signal links for some reason. And then the next morning, sure enough, I started seeing that it was a widespread thing. So it wasn't just something they made up. But yes, Zitter is blocking links to secure Signal contact pages, and this is according to journalist Matt Binder and other first-hand accounts, like apparently mine. The article notes that Signal's become popular with government whistleblowers. The article says links to Signal handles are not being censored, as well as links to Signal's main site. So it seems like they're just trying to prevent people from migrating from Twitter to Signal for secure communication, which should A, be either a concern for Twitter moderation if it's an accident, and B, should be a massive concern for what Twitter is collecting about DMs if it's on purpose. And I have a hard time backing anyone who thinks that if this was done on purpose, how this in any way aligns with the free speech kind of language that's being used on the platform.
I actually did see somebody who defended this because they're like, oh, they're probably just trying to block spam because, you know, spam is a thing on Signal. So by that logic, I have to assume that Twitter is also blocking phone numbers, Telegram links, WhatsApp links, and similar things like that, because those definitely also get abused for spam. So if they're going to go the nuclear option and say, well, we're just trying to protect our users from spam, then I'm certain they're blocking all those other links as well, right? I mean, it only stands to reason.
It's a good reminder that personally, I think what's really good is to set up your socials and your profiles on a place that you control, like your website. So I think everybody should just set up a little personal page. If you don't know how to make a website, I actually use omg.lol for my personal site. But there are lots of other services like omg.lol that just are essentially like a link tree, but without the link tree company behind it. And that way you can just send a link to your website, which can't really be as easily blocked. And then that's where you can put your Mastodon, your Signal, all of your more privacy respecting platforms. And then you can share that around on all of these crappy platforms that think that it's worthwhile to try to block. And anyone who thinks this is spam, I want to remind you that Mastodon links are still not really allowed right now on Twitter.
The only thing I wanted to add on to that is you mentioned like setting up your own page. I've noticed Notesnook and I think Obsidian both have the option to basically, if on one of the paid tiers, you can publish stuff to the internet. So you could use one of those to make a really simple, like you said, link tree or just like a really simple web page. It's not going to be fancy. It's not going to have a ton of animated graphics or anything, but it'll have like your name, maybe a picture of you, your different links. I mean, same thing. So that's an option too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There are a lot of platforms that do like a basic, even a markdown page. And I think that's all most people need.
That's what Obsidian does. Obsidian does markdown. I think Notesnook does too.
You just watched a clip from our main podcast, Surveillance Report, where we talk about privacy and security news every single week to keep you all updated on the newest threats and how to prevent them from happening to you. If you want to learn more and stay updated, check it out here on the screen or in the description. And there's also an audio-only version that you can also find down in the description. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching.